Today we explore what to do in a bull market. In a bull market, everything's going up, everybody FOMOs in, your friends are calling you, should I buy, should I buy? And you see everybody being in greed. They buy. The press amplifies the positive news. So same news that in a bear market would be just ignored, the same news in a bear market gets amplified. Oh look, this is the manifestation of the moon, right? We are going to the moon and this is the proof. Same news will get treated as big news, then you know you are in a bull market. And you know you are too late to get in. Because remember, investor psychology, the institution have already bought. You are one of the last people in the last leg, probably. Not in the first long leg, but in the second short leg. And if you are probably too late even to enter right now. And if you enter, you just get the last bit and will soon get out. Because it's all red, you cannot stand it anymore, and you capitulate if you are a beginner investor. So what you're doing is you go back to your system and you think through your bull market checklist. What to do in your bull market. You go through your checklist and you remember, okay, emotions out, just follow your system, right? And in your system, you have defined your rules, your modus operandi. That is good for you, for your time frame, for what you want to accomplish with your portfolio. Your portfolio serves you, okay? That's why you have created these rules accordingly. What do you do in a strong market? When you feel the urge to buy, you don't buy. You go back to this checklist and say, okay, what do I need to do? I need to review my thesis. What was my thesis? Let's double check. Oh, my thesis is there will be a water shortage. That's why I'm buying agriculture and especially fertilizers. Like, for example, this is one of my theses, and that's why here I have a whole section on fertilizers, right? Incitec pivot in Australia, Mosaic Company, Nutrien, Scott's Miracle Growth Company. Based on my thesis about the fertilizers, I am accumulating fertilizers in a bear market, which we are in right now, because my thesis says there will be a shortage and the supply demand will be in a way that prices have to go up. So I'm accumulating now, preparing for that bull run. Now, the thesis, you have written it somewhere and you double check if it's true. Then you review your risk management. How many uncorrelated assets do you have? How passive or active is your portfolio, and is it okay for you? If you want a passive portfolio, you go indexes and you just check once a month. Now double check, is it true or are you sleeping badly? Well, then you have to rebalance. And if you are too active, maybe you are checking 8 times per day, but you just want to check once per day. So maybe you are overexposed. Risk, you want to de-risk. Maybe you need more in indexes and less picking of the winners, because that's highly exciting and highly risky and almost impossible to win if you just pick. So then you review your assumption on the cycle. In which part of the cycle are we? You remember, you go back to the market psychology, the cycles, and as you are we in the beginning cycle, first leg up, second leg up, in which of those legs are we really? And now you take profits. This is where you have to be disciplined, because in a bear market, nobody is taking profits. Everybody's buying. Your friends, your grandma is calling you and she wants to buy something. So it's counterintuitive and everybody will talk about woo, 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 and you say, I'm selling. And then they will go like, what? You're selling? We are all buying. And you go, yeah. Everybody has their system. According to my system right now, it's time to sell. Okay. And you take profits in layers. Because why? Because it might go even more up? Yes, it might. But first, usually it doesn't after this. Because remember, if you go to the fear and greed index, now you are in extreme greed. And this is usually where it's over. This is where it's top of the wave, and after top of the wave comes crush. So it's like every wave in the ocean, right? You have the top and then so before that crash, you want to get out. And this is where you free up cash to deploy in the next bear market, because
what if your business would run well even when you are on vacation? Discover how 1,600 business owners have regained their freedom using the Strategy Sprints blueprints. How they enjoy living their dream and watching their business scale. Get the exact checklists they use to go from stressed to fulfilled using the Strategy Sprints method. Order your copy of Strategy Sprints 12 Ways to Accelerate Growth for an Agile Business on Amazon today. And if you love it, leave us a review. For more information, head over to strategysprints.com.
It's all cycles. So if it's now top of the cycles, and you see it when it's greedy for a period of time, you know that you have to now increase your cash position, because the next movement will be then a bear market. And so you need cash in the bear market. So yes, time in the system beats timing the system. So time in the market beats timing the market. So you want to be deployed, but you don't want to be deployed during a bear market too much. Unless you are very, very, very cool with seeing a lot of red and seeing your portfolio at minus 60%. But most people don't like that. So you do follow your checklist, and now it's time to sell. And depending on what the rules were, you remember the example where we set the rules: whenever it doubles, you sell 50%. The second doubling, you sell half of that, you sell 25%. And then the next doubling, you sell 12.5%. If you define a rule like this, you are not in emotions land anymore. You have a system, and you will just follow your system. Over the long term, this will de-risk the downside and will increase the upside. Or it will keep the upside opportunity intact. Because you're not going to lose that much, because everything reverts to the mean. It's just that when everything is emotional and everybody's thinking that it's going to the moon, you will lose contact to your own system, to your decision making. You will lose your centeredness, and you will see everybody excited, and you don't want to miss out. These are the FOMO times, fear of missing out. Oh, I have to get in there, I have to get in there. If you feel this feeling, go back to your checklist, stay in your lane, stay in your system. And the example with Tesla is, we bought this in his community at 301 in August 2020. We sold half in December 2020. We sold again half of the half in November 2021. We were at that point just in profits, right? It was 25% profit and the rest just profits, and those are running. And then you can play with that and do swing trades. But your basic de-risking has happened. You have took off your initial capital from the market, and the rest is just free money, and you can play with it. And now you can enjoy the casino, which is trading and investing, because in the end it's a casino. It's not tied to the real value of the assets. It's just emotional overvaluing, undervaluing casino and social dynamics around the perceived value, price of the asset, not value of the asset. The value is quite slow in changing, but the price changes all the time. That shows you the gap. So this is what you do in a strong market, to stay cool and continue building life-changing wealth for you and for coming generations, and protecting the wealth that you have created via your revenue systems. If you want to see me live trading and sharing what I buy and what I sell in real time, join our mastermind, strategysprints.com/JVC, joint venture club, become a member. You will access our global Rolodex and be there with amazing entrepreneurs investors, traders, and learn from the best, be challenged by them, challenge and support them. So whatever you need next, let me know. Let's see. So one application of this, if today it was a bull market and I had to sell something, which is not the case because we're in a bear market and there is only energy which has waves up right now, but the rest, it's a general strong bear market with the fear and greed index at all-time high. So the crypto fear right now is in extreme fear, and the overall fear is in extreme fear 13. So it's a bear market. What would I do in a bear market? Now that's the other video, right? And if I had to, because I missed it, I just missed it, I did everything wrong according to my system, now I'm out of cash, I need to create some cash, well then I would check what my cost basis is. And you remember, where do you find your cost basis? Your cost basis is always here. And so you would see, for example, that in Tesla, according to your cost basis, you are up 70% in a bear market. So you would go to Tesla now and check if that is the only position that you can sell. So you would go to Tesla. Well, I don't want to sell Tesla here because I think it's long-term here, but I missed everything. I'm out of dry powder. So now you can either go to your revenue systems and bring more money in, but that's another course. We have that course in the Sprint University also, but it's the revenue systems course. And because this is, in theory, it's buying zone. So worst case, you will sell here because you are still up 70%, but you are selling in the wrong moment. That's why it's important that you really follow your bear market checklist, because in bear market you accumulate cheaply, and in the bull market checklist you remind yourself to sell even if it looks like everything is going up, but you will take profits from there to free up cash that you need right now in the bear market. I hope you see now that these things tie very well together, because it's all like waves and all waves revert back to the mean. So at some point everything will be overvalued, you take profits. With those cash you deploy when everything is undervalued and everybody's selling, then you buy. And this is basically how you ride those waves in an anti-cyclical way. So if you simplify it and keep to your script and to your process and trust your process, you will get better and better every week. You will build life-changing wealth for you and the generations ahead. Hope that helps. Let me know what you need next. Keep rolling, everybody.
If you want the how-to guide on running a resilient and agile business, get the book Strategy Sprints, 12 Ways to Accelerate Growth for an Agile Business. It offers the step-by-step blueprints to elevating your marketing and sales. Order your copy of Strategy Sprints, 12 Ways to Accelerate Growth for an Agile Business on Amazon today. If you love it, leave us a review. For more information, head over to strategysprints.com.